Hello there, my little ghost. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are wondering what we're gonna do today, well, today's reading, as you can probably tell from the title, is going to be about your life path and how you're gonna be following your purpose. So as you can see, we have 4 piles here today. We have a bunch of selenite in different forms as crystals, and so for pile 1 we have this selenite tower. For pile 2 we have this selenite wand. For pile 3 we have a different selenite wand, and for pile 4 we have this selenite moon. So you guys, go ahead and pause the video if you need to pick your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Hello there, pile 1. If you guys chose the selenite tower, then this is going to be your reading about your life path and purpose. Now, we are going to take a look at a lot of oracles, and these oracles are basically checking your personality traits and your energy, and these are going to pave the way for the tarot cards, which are going to tell us how you guys will make use of these traits and energies that you possess to fulfill your purpose and to walk your path. So to start, we are going to take a look at your main energies, which are being represented by gnosis and alakoa. I am most likely not pronouncing that right. Alakoa with spirit of the warrior. That's better. Up next, we have fence with boundaries. We have the Fool, light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. We have Moon in Pisces, wonder, follow your dreams. And we have Wonders. We have Truth. We have Pig Spirit, use your mind wisely. We have the Sacred Rebel with humility. And finally, we have a helping crystal for you guys, and you have received Septarian, direction, fearlessness, and communication. Best for Taurus and Sagittarius people and people who are relating to the planet Sun in astrology. So I actually have some Septarian here. This is also known as a dragon's egg, and I'm gonna try to put it somewhere so you guys can see it during the reading. I guess it's not gonna mind charging on some selenite. Okay, so you guys, where do I even start? You guys are really complex, and there's definitely a lot here to unpack, but I'm gonna start with your main energies, and we're gonna begin with Gnosis. So this is one of the most advanced archetypes in the deck, and this card basically represents an inner knowing. A knowing that you cannot necessarily explain, you just feel it deep inside you that is the case. It's a thirst for knowledge, for uncovering and discovering how the universe works and how these forces conspire, and just a desire to know, to understand. Curiosity could be something you guys are represented by. You might be doing a lot of research in certain areas, and I would be surprised if you weren't at all interested in spirituality and the occult, because this card hints towards that aspect of research as well. So you could be into any sort of like occult studies of astrology or tarot or mysticism, religion, whatever it may be. You might be trying to make sense of life through this specific channel. This card, like I said, is talking about no matter how much you guys read or study, you are going to understand the meaning of life and your purpose in the universe by feeling it, not by reading about it. And I guess if anything, the studies that you are and the research that you are making is helping in a sense that it is putting 2 and 2 together, but ultimately no book is gonna give you the final answer. You're gonna feel it at some point, you're gonna reach that aha moment, but you're not gonna be able to explain it. And that's okay, because it doesn't need to be explained. As long as you feel it in your heart and you understand what your path is, that is all you need. I want to go ahead and talk about this Spirit of the Warrior card here. And I want to say, you guys might feel like you're walking a lonely path. You might feel like everything bad that could happen has happened and is happening to you and you alone, and you might be convinced that the universe just simply has a personal issue with you, and that all the things that are happening to you are definitely undeserved, or that you're always in a struggle or in a battle with something or someone. It's okay to feel that way. Your main energy here is represented by the warrior. So your soul in this life has chosen to walk a path of strength, I would say. You are learning to defend yourself. You are learning to stand up for yourself as well as for others. And you have the qualities and the potential to fight off anything that is in your path, to find a greater goal, a greater calling, and not stop at anything until you get it. So I would say, as silly as it can sound to you right now, if it weren't for the struggles that you're going through, your soul would be bored. Like, you might not have any motivation to wake up in the morning. So even though the things you're going through might be challenging, it is exactly the challenge that you are living for. Your soul is basically craving action and a purpose, and it's so lively and powerful and just has this will to thrive and to conquer somehow, but not in a sense of exerting control over others or over something, but in a sense of nothing can stay in your path. Like, you are basically, I'm hearing Miley Cyrus's wrecking ball, like you are a wrecking ball, and you're gonna destroy everything and anything that is stopping you from fulfilling what it is you're ultimately fighting for. I want to say something in your path, in your life purpose, is related to truth and knowledge, to unveiling something, communicating to people what needs to be revealed. You might be a little bit of an outcast, because the Sacred Rebel card here is telling me that you might not necessarily play by the rules of society, and this might correlate somehow with this warrior spirit personality that you have about yourself, because I feel like you are fighting against the lies, the indoctrination, the social norms that are being imposed upon humanity, and you are breaking through those to achieve a higher purpose of illumination, or feeling and knowing that you are on the right path, that you are staying true to yourself. And if anything in this life, you might even help people to understand that they should not readily accept what society is imposing, and they should be looking for their own truth and their own path. And in this way, you are helping them unveil the actual knowledge, the feeling that there is more than we are told, that there is more to life than we are being taught and indoctrinated with. And I don't know why you guys might really feel strongly about this like whole indoctrination idea, because it keeps coming to me. And I agree for the most part. I would say that of course we should all be doing like the inner research and the inner searching for what it is we want before accepting and integrating social ideas and norms into our life. I want to also say, even though you are so different, it seems like you are not letting this get to your head. Like, you don't think you're superior to anyone, and you don't think that just because you have found your path, that others are doing something wrong, even though they are taking the socially acceptable track of life. However, it seems like you guys appreciate boundaries a lot. And what do I mean by that? You don't let other people tell you how to do your thing, but you also don't interfere with how other people are doing their thing. So there is a clear boundary here between you're basically a believer in everyone should do whatever they feel guided to do, whatever feels good to them. You are definitely not taking shit from anyone. You are not accepting anything that is not yours, that you don't strongly believe in. And I'm gonna say here, even though you have this humility about yourself, not thinking that you're better than anything else, I think you laugh at the system. I think you could be a comedian, or you could have like a career as a comedian, or just I also heard, like, if you guys are doing social media content or something like that, you could do like these mini sketches or whatever, kind of poking fun at daily life stuff that we are all experiencing. Or you guys seem like pretty relatable, or you're trying to present relatable things in a comic format. I can also see here that even though knowledge and using your mind is something that describes you, you are not running away from emotion. You are also a big supporter of what feels right, not just what you know is right. And this feeling might have been actually the catalyst of when you realize that you want to take a separate path from what is socially acceptable, because it didn't feel right for you to do that. So that's why, even though you seem to be like someone mainly present in their head, you are also pretty open in your heart, in your emotional body. I think you guys you might not have a sense of direction of where you're going right now, or like in general, but I feel like you don't have to have a certain idea of where you want to go, because it's hard to explain it, but I feel like you guys feel pretty much at peace with where you're at, with what you're doing, even though you have no idea what you're doing. I feel like you're taking life day by day, and you feel okay allowing it to take you wherever it takes you. And I want to say you guys might have the Pisces placement, because I feel here Pisces love to wander. They are not necessarily the type to like make plans and strategize and stuff like that. So you might have Pisces placements, because I feel like you love to just be, you like to go with the flow of life, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And if you do follow anything, or if you do have like these goals or whatever, they are mostly rooted in what feels right and what you enjoy, what you like, or what you're curious about. I feel like this with the whole wandering idea here, it's basically underlining this trait about you that you love to explore and to research and to find out more. It's underlining your curiosity. And I feel like you are just waiting for life to surprise, amaze, and impress you and inspire you and bring you that feeling of awe over and over again. Because seeing past these social constructs and past the daily life that we all are familiar with, I think you are looking beyond the veil to try to actually see what life is about and what nature brings, what the universe has created, stuff that we are not necessarily taught to look at. And I feel like you are enjoying spending time just revering in all these things that are right in front of our eyes, but that we willingly choose to ignore, like landscapes or stargazing or walks in nature. I don't know, stuff like that. I want to say though, Spirit is giving you this piece of advice of using your mind wisely, and I feel like the basic idea here is that you should be careful to not become trapped in your own head, and make sure that these research, these principles that you are guiding yourself by don't end up creating a golden cage for you. I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to keep your freedom and your openness when it comes to your beliefs, and not become a brainwasher yourself, or brainwash yourself as well. So I guess the general advice is for you to stay flexible in your mentality and to not try to indoctrinate others with your new findings, as opposed to like, or in parallel with, like, you don't like the idea of society indoctrinating people, but be mindful of you not becoming the indoctrinator of your own findings, so to speak, of your own path. Also, be careful not to fall down the rabbit hole and kind of go crazy studying like spiritual stuff and how things work and why life works the way it does and the universe, and like you might feel a little compelled sometimes to keep digging, and just the deeper you dig, the more you realize that you know nothing, and you might go crazy like that. Though don't forget to ground yourself and to live in reality, and don't come at me be like, but what is reality even? Like, just stay grounded in the present moment and come back to your body, okay? Sometimes remember to feel, just feel your body, get out of your head. Okay, Spirit is warning you about that. And before we move into the tarot, I want to read your advice crystal card and see how Septarian could be helpful for you. So Septarian, for direction, for fearlessness and communication. Known as the Dragonstone, Septarian instills fierce confidence and self-esteem, especially in front of an audience. So if you guys like are actually comedians or working with public, or having an audience, then yeah, this definitely works for you. However, as much as it improves your public appearances, it also protects your privacy. And I love how the color kind of matches, like the color on this boundaries card matches the background here. Guarding your secrets and valuing your inner space. Incredibly grounded and connected to the earth. What did I tell you? Septarian can pinpoint illnesses in the body and focuses on listening to the body's needs by building a strong relationship with it. The name Septarian comes from the Latin word septum, or seven, signifying the pattern of seven on the exterior of the crystal. And this is a good crystal for Taurus, Sagittarius, but not only those signs. And this is what it looks like, if you guys want to get some for yourselves. Up next, we are going to get into the tarot and basically see how your traits will apply to your life purpose, what you're gonna be doing in your life, okay? So let's see. Okie doke. For you guys, we are going to use the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. And this is the first time I am using this deck, so we are breaking it in together. Stay there, please. Okay, thank you. So let's see, Spirit. How are all these traits for pile 1 going to affect their life path? Can we get some more insight into their journey, into their life path? I'm gonna give it a few more shuffles because since this is a new deck, the cards are pretty much in order, and I'm gonna try avoiding that. That should do. So let's see, Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 1's life journey, life path? What can you tell us? So we have the World and the 5 of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the Devil reversed. We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the Sun. And finally, okay, Wheel of Fortune. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Two of Wands. So I want to say, with the overall energy of the reading being the Two of Wands, it seems like for you guys, you're in your life path, the idea of planning is really prevalent. I feel like you are being guided and you drive your energy from the endless possibilities that life is offering you, and perhaps this is why you don't have like a single like goal that you are working towards, as in, oh, I want to become a doctor and that's all I want to do. Basically, I feel like you're keeping your options open. Excuse me. So I feel like you're keeping your options open and you love planning and adjusting accordingly to how basically life is presenting itself to you at that specific time. With the World here being the first card, this is really interesting to me because to me it pretty much signifies that you are happy with where you are at for the most part. Of course, that does not say that you are stagnant, because you're not stagnant at all, but I feel like you wouldn't change a lot of things in your life, at least right now at this stage. I feel like you guys have reached a point where you realize that you no longer desire you no longer think that you're gonna be happy when XYZ happens to you and for you, and that you can make the best out of what you have at this present time. And I love that I said present time, because we have the Three of Presents here, which is basically the Three of Pentacles. So I want to say, I don't think you guys are really someone who values material possessions as much as you value experience, knowledge, and energy, emotions in general. I think you guys are possibly having a hard time working with people or putting yourself out there for people to criticize you or to praise you. I feel like no matter what, it is pretty difficult for you to accept that you have to put yourself out there for people to interfere with you. That's the word I'm getting. So you might be a little bit of a loner, or you might feel like better in your own head. You might feel pretty at peace by yourself, and you might not feel like you need to work with other people in order to feel fulfilled. I also would like to say, this is not to say that you're antisocial. I just feel like you prefer your own company over someone else's, and you prefer your own thoughts over someone else's. Perhaps even exactly because you think people in general have a hard time accepting the idea of having an open mind, and they might find it hard to accept your beliefs because they are so opposed to like the common social norms. But moving on with this Five of Cups here, I feel like a general theme for you guys, or a reason why you might feel like you don't want to connect with people, is some sort of past hurt that has made you realize that putting your feelings out there is dangerous and you prefer to keep them to yourself. I want to say it looks like you're careful and guarded. I feel like you guys are guarding your heart. But basically, guarding your heart does not necessarily mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is the fact that you want to protect your heart is nothing to, it's understandable. No one can judge that. Of course, being hurt and being rejected is scary and is one of the worst experiences that we could have. Not worse, but like most painful, I want to say. But I feel like you guys will finally at some point understand that in order to achieve this emotional fulfillment that you are looking for, you are going to have to finally open up to someone and be intimate with someone else other than yourself, and kind of open your heart space. But before you get to do that, I feel like you guys are gonna be a lot on this journey towards the self, and I feel like you might reject some opportunities because of the past hurt, and because you associate opportunities with pain in a way, because you have been perhaps you've been given an opportunity in the past for happiness or for feeling better, even though you didn't necessarily need someone or want someone at the time. You were given this opportunity to start building with someone else, and it was disappointing. This could also be the reason why you guys kind of reject material goods, or having experiences that relate to money, or spending money on yourself and giving yourself presents here and there. It seems like you need to process in your life path, you need to kind of do this inner exploring, and it almost looks like this past pain has triggered your journey towards self and towards finding out how the universe works and why things work the way they do, so you can heal. I feel like you will finally get to nurture yourself, and this in turn will allow you to have that emotional fulfillment that you are yearning for so long. I feel like in your life path, you definitely will encounter success, and you will definitely have achieved fulfillment and happiness. I feel like you will receive a lot of praise from people, and for a lot of you, I'm getting like that comedic stage kind of path or idea. Like you will teach people what you have found out in such a way that it will make them laugh, because the experiences for you have been so possibly like dark and frightful, that you want to present them in a lighter, more comic way to others, so they can accept it more easily. But you will only do that after you have healed. And I feel like you will literally like brighten people's days and people's lives, and you will make them laugh, and you will make them feel like children again. You're definitely gonna conquer your inner devils, I've heard, and you will get to understand and overcome your addictions and the things that have made you feel trapped for so long. And I also see as a general kind of theme for you that after undergoing this process of transformation, of healing, and then incorporating the past suffering into making other people laugh and transmitting your message and your way of living to others, after doing all that, still the general idea for your life will be that they will just take things as they come, and you realize that all this research and studying that you were doing ultimately taught you that everything happens for a reason, that you don't need to brace ahead of time, that you don't always need to defend yourself and brace against the worst case scenario, that not everyone is out to get you, and that all the experiences in life have a purpose, a higher purpose, and even pain is necessary. And I feel like instead of making you have a bleak outlook on the world and a gray outlook on how things can hurt us and put us down, you will just see them as an inherent part of life, and that's that. You won't see them as bad, you will just see them as necessary. That is pretty much all I'm getting for you guys. I also want to take a look with you at some signs that might be important for you, and songs that might be relatable for you. So let's see some signs, Spirit, shall we? Well, I guess these are the signs. We have Q again. We have lightning. We have star. We have moon. And we have the letter O. So the letter O and Q could be significant. But I want to say, I love how all of these basically are telling me that you are gazing towards like the sky and the stars, and I feel like the message here is that you guys will continue to be in awe of the wonders and the beauty and the mystery of the universe after all that's happened to you. And I feel like you definitely will make friends with the universe, so to speak, and in your path you will finally reach a point of you don't feel like the universe is out to get you anymore, and you will have like a close friendship and deep admiration for how everything works and just how everything falls into place, and how your limited human mind could never have comprehended that. And I almost feel like you will feel like the audacity I had to think that I could understand this and rationalize all of this is greater than I could ever imagine. But let's take a look at some songs that could resonate before finishing. Let's see, Spirit. My background is dark again. Go back to light. We need light. Okay. Let's see, Spirit. What songs could be relatable? We have Maroon 5 Animals. We have Baby Rexha Gateway Drug. And finally, we have the Arctic Monkeys, Do I Wanna Know? I guess you do want to know, but at the end of the day, you ask yourself, actually, yeah, is it worth spending my life questioning and trying to find an answer that I'll never have, that I will just feel? Well, pile one, this is all I have for you guys today. I hope this was helpful or at least entertaining for you guys, and if it was, don't forget to leave a like to this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more readings like this. I am also offering personal readings. The link will be in the description, and I also have my own oracle deck, the Ghost Oracle, if you wanted to check it out. It's also going to be linked in the description. But yeah, I hope I will see you guys soon in my next video, and I wish you an amazing rest of the day. Goodbye. Hello there, my beautiful pile 2 ghosts. If you guys have picked the second card together with this wand, and this is going to be your reading on your life path / purpose. So to start, we are going to take a look at some oracles that are checking in with your personality traits and your overall energy. And then we are going to move into the tarot to see how all these traits and energies cooperate to create your to lay down your path. So to start, your main energies are being represented by Apocalypsis and Kanini. In each other we find ourselves. We also have Heart with Love. And we have Companion, Loyalty, Tenacity, and Unselfishness. We have Sun in Taurus, practicalities boost self-worth and finances. And we have pleasure. We have love, again. We have flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. We have the call of the siren with sexuality. Can you please read? Okay, I'll have you be here. And finally, we have a crystal that spirit recommends you work with. In this case, we have black tourmaline for grounding, protection, and detox. So, okay, pile 2. This is really, really lovely energy. But I feel like you guys also have a pretty dense overall energy, and I'll explain. I'm gonna start with this Apocalypse card because this is like the densest energy that I find in this reading so far. The Apocalypse card is talking about 2 different energies that are not battling, but they are really opposite and they are trying to coexist, so that's a little hard to grasp. It's basically talking about a certain truth, a certain reality finally coming into light for you to see, for you to become aware of, destroying past illusions, but in that in so doing, it's also destroying the way you perceived life to be before, or like all the constructs. It's like a tower moment. Whatever has been built on this did not have a solid foundation, or it was built on a lie, on an illusion, and so it had to be destroyed because it wasn't stable. This energy is basically telling me about you guys that you might have experienced in your life so far either a big moment like this or several experiences of the kind, and for most of you this could have been in love. It seems like for you guys, love and having companionship is really important. Collaborating with a life partner is really important, and it seems to be a part of your life path. However, the reason I think you have been through this deception so many times, or you've been through such a big deception moment when you realize that you weren't meant to be with that person, or that person wasn't true to you, or that they weren't sharing the same values of loyalty and love and compassion, or something of the sorts. I feel the reason that is because you have not put yourself first. You've put them first from the very beginning, and in so doing you were blinded by the idea and the desire to find your partner that you didn't see. They weren't what you were looking for. They weren't what your soul needed. I feel like your inner you've been ignoring your intuition because the desire to be on your path already was so great. You couldn't be patient for the right person to come along, and you weren't focused on what exactly your person should look like, not necessarily like in a physical way, but like what they should embody as energies and values, so that this connection could work. So you might have had a lot of breakups or a big breakup because you didn't listen to your intuition and you just wanted to be on your way already to fulfill your path. I do feel here for you guys the reason why love is so important to you and why having a partner is so important, and this doesn't necessarily mean having kids, by the way. You could have a family just with your partner. So if you hear me talking about a family, it doesn't necessarily have to include kids, just that you and your partner basically decide to form a family. The reason why this is so important to you is because you find yourself more easily in your partner. And what do I mean by that? It is a lot easier for you to realize who you are, where you're going, what you want, what you stand for, when you have your partner in front of you, which is basically a reflection of who you are. So whoever it is that you are with at that time is showing you the stage of your life that you are in, almost. So if the relationships have not worked so far for you, is exactly because you weren't prepared to meet the one at the time, and you still had some growing up to do. And this growing up, this evolution, this transformation, this bettering of yourself is done through relationships, because you learn what it is you still have to work on, what you're lacking, what you want. Okay, so basically when you're alone, it might seem like you are not on your path, and you almost feel like you're blind when you're not in a relationship, and it feels like you don't know what you're doing. So you might have plans, and you might have like a career set or whatever, or hobbies or stuff like that, but it's like it doesn't make sense unless you are with someone. And I feel like even though that space for you can feel empty and can feel without any value, I feel like spirit is encouraging you, when you're not with someone, when you're in between relationships, if you find yourself like in between relationships or in between marriages or whatever the case may be for you right now, I feel like spirit is telling you to embrace the in-between, because this in-between space of in-between relationships is offering you the opportunity to see why things didn't work out before. What is it that you have to learn from your previous relationship? What did it teach you? What do you still have to work on in order for the right person to come along? And until you learn these things, you are basically, I don't want to say, that you're not gonna find your partner, like, oh, until you learn your lesson, you're not gonna find your partner, because it's not like that. You just continue on your journey as it is, but things can speed up for you, and you being with the right person for you can be closer if you learn your lessons in separation, okay? Because you can find your next relationship soon after a breakup, but that doesn't mean that person is the one, because you most likely didn't do the work to see why the relationship previous didn't work, because you were so eager to get another one and hope that that's the one. Okay, I hope that that kind of made sense. You definitely are the loyal type. You definitely know what it is you want stability in a connection, and you want the kind of connection that very few people have, in which you are so intimate that you simply feel your partner. You don't even have to speak sometimes to know what it is you want to say to each other. You just feel your energies, and that's that. You are definitely working from a place of emotion, from your heart, and you're definitely the type of person to feel the best and feel like life makes sense when you are sharing your life, your knowledge, your gifts with a special someone. And I feel like that is when you're flourishing the most. I also want to say, it feels like you guys are meant to enjoy like the good things in life, and especially the things that make you feel good. With this card here, sexuality and pleasure here, and also the Taurus energy basically makes me think of, and the love, like all in general, make me think of the energy of Venus. And Venus basically stands for all the things that feel good, taste good, smell good, that please us basically. And one of the biggest like moments when we experience such pleasure is in an intimate connection with our partner, right? So this could be extremely energizing for you, and you can find yourself in that space, in that moment when you are in that special intimate place with your partner. It also seems like you guys have extremely like you have such an appeal to yourself. I feel like people find you extremely attractive, and you attract all sorts of people, which is probably why you find it hard to find your partner, to find the one for you, because so many people are coming to you and you just don't know exactly what you should choose, or if you made the right choice. You might have like decision fatigue at some point, okay, which is basically when you have too many options and you're like, how do I know I made the right choice? You might also have Libra energy. Libra is ruled by Venus. If you are, hello, I'm a Libra myself. Or you might have Libra or Taurus placements, they are both ruled by Venus. But I feel like it's also important for you to have a strong sense of self-esteem, to know exactly what you're worth, and to not settle for less. So that's gonna help rule out a lot of the competitors for your attention and for your love. I feel like you guys could feel the best and be in your best energy when you feel attractive. And that's not to say necessarily when you are praised by people for your beauty or whatever, but when you look at yourself and you like what you see, when you like how you smell, when you like how you feel. So like pampering yourself and taking good care of yourself, or of your image, could be extremely important for you guys. And it seems like basically your entire personality seems to be ruled by Venus. Let's read this advice card here, because I feel like from now I'm just repeating what I kept saying. But if you want to get some black tourmaline, this is what it could do for you. An energetic bodyguard. Black tourmaline acts as a psychic shield, protecting you from destruction, negativity, and psychic attacks. It is excellent at establishing boundaries and deflects unwanted mental energies. It is also used for grounding, stabilizing your foundation on earth, and making sure both feet are on the ground. With a natural electric spark, black tourmaline absorbs fears and transmutes those emotions into positive energy. Use this stone to balance your root chakra and detox any anxieties. So if you guys feel like you're picking up on other people's energies easily, or you're plagued by anxiety because you don't know if you're on your best behavior or if you're like on track, like we all get that sometimes, don't we? I actually have some tourmaline to show you guys. Where is it though? Let me find it. I hope it's here. It was here last time. I'm glad I have a million pieces of obsidian. Okay, I found a tiny one. I used to have a bigger one too, but I don't know where it is exactly at the moment. And if my cats took it, it's gone forever. Okay, so this is a little piece of black tourmaline, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like if you want to get some. But yeah, right now we are going to finally move into your tarot and see how all these energies and qualities and traits apply to create your life path So let's see. For you guys, we're gonna work with the Anime Tarot. And let's see. That's all. I'm gonna have a sip of water first because I'm talking a lot. And it's dry in my throat. So, pile 2. This is a new deck, by the way. We're working with it for the first time together. And I want to say I like this deck. It is really cute. However, what was disappointing for me is that they did not work as hard on the artwork of the minor arcana as they did, as you know, for the major arcana and for the court cards. I am not a fan of when authors or whoever chooses to make these decks doesn't put like the full effort in. Not to say that they didn't put effort in the deck. It's more work and more time to create a full deck with all the characters illustrated in every card, like the Rider-Waite style. So I understand that. I was actually working on a tarot deck myself, and I know how hard it is to finish a project like this. You basically have to design 78 different pieces and make them fit together and make them make sense with the symbols and symbology of every card. But back to our business here. Let's see, Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 2's life path? Okay, we have the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. Okay, we have the Tower. Not surprised to see you here. Definitely not surprised. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the World. Why am I don't know why I'm putting them so close together, because I still have a ton of space on the table. Can you guys see all the cards? Yes, you can. And let's get some clarifiers. Okay, we have the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Cups reversed. Okay. Can we clarify the Tower? Okay, we have the Devil. Can we clarify the 9 of Wands? Okay, 10 of Wands. Can we clarify the World? Okay, King of Swords reversed. And the back of the deck energy is Death. Don't freak out, this just means transformation. Okay, not surprised. So the main idea for you guys on your life path, on your journey, is transformation. You have to keep reinventing yourself, to keep killing your old selves and transform into someone new, someone with more knowledge, someone wiser, someone who knows what they want, who has a better idea of what they're willing to accept and what they aren't going to let interfere with them. But looking at the cards here, there's a lot of Wands, a lot of fire energy. You definitely have a lot of passion. You could be a fire sign or have fire sign placements like Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of Leo energy, honestly, because Leos basically stand by loyalty and partnership, as in being loyal to their partner and to family and helping out and shining bright in the process. Being admired and being appreciated. I want to say, taking this basically card by card, the Two of Wands here is giving me this idea of you guys really want to pair up with someone to start building, creating your life, and you have all these plans and all this energy to bring to the table, and you're ready to collaborate with a partner. But it seems like you are rushing into things a lot, and because of it you are not seeing that this is not the right partner to collaborate with, and they are not going to put in the same amount of energy, and they're not going to come with the same energy towards you. You might feel like you are too much around them. You might feel like you are not being appreciated around them, like you can't shine as bright as you want to. And I feel like you still keep going in the process of building something with them. And when you finally feel like you have reached a level of stability, and you are celebrating, say for example, a year of relationship, or even like you decide to get engaged, when you feel like you've reached that stability and you're ready to move even further, the person does a 180 on you and they leave, and you realize that all along you weren't filling their cup and they weren't filling yours, that this person was not the right one for you, and they leave, and you wonder how in the world it's so easy for them to leave. And when this happens, you have another tower moment, you have another realization that things were built on shaky grounds, and you have had an illusion, and you go back to the same old stories, the same old demons, you probably have this abandonment wound, which is why you get attached so easily, and it hurts so bad when you have to detach from said person. I would say here, it even feels like an addiction for you to keep going from relationship to relationship, because you are too afraid of confronting this old demon, this old fear, this old trigger of yours. And you might feel afraid to be alone for a while, but I feel like being alone is exactly what you need in order to integrate, like I said, the lessons of why previous relationships haven't worked and what it is exactly you need to change with death in order for things to get better. And you're probably not with the person of your dreams right now. You're probably not with your life partner right now, unless when you're watching this, this is a thing of the past and you're just watching it because the universe decided to give you like a rewind of the lesson. But I feel like for the most of you, you probably aren't with the right person at this time, and you need to hear this in order to set your path straight. With this line of wands here, you're probably tired. I would say you're really tired right now. You probably feel tired of trying, tired of working on yourself, tired of giving people chances, or along your way you might encounter this episode when you're like, all men are the same, or all women are the same, they only want sex, or they only want money, or whatever it is that the common typical archetype it is when in situations like this for men and women. But I feel like at some point you have to drop the burden, you have to drop the past, you have to, when you reach this point, you have to stop your attachment to the old story that everyone is the same and everyone is going to hurt you and everyone is not worth your effort anymore. Because when you reach this point, it feels like the cycle is finally going to end, and it feels like you need to stop lying to yourself, telling yourself all these messed up stories, in order to move on to the next step, and you might find that after this is exactly the breaking point when you integrate all previous lessons, and you have to face yourself and face the fact that it's been your fault too all along, not only their fault. And it might be pretty hard to take a hard look at yourself like this. What did I say? What did I say? I'm sorry, but I'm so fucking excited because I cut the deck and we have the King of Cups. So it's exactly what I told you. After all this drama, after all the pain, after all the hurt, when you finally look at yourself and you realize that you have some learning to do that you've been avoiding with this King of fucking Swords, that it is after you integrate these lessons that you find your Mr. Right, the King of Cups. Okay, the person that is finally going to be there, that is going to get you, that is going to offer you the love and the romance and the adoration and the romantic dates and all the all the energy you've been craving. Okay, so this is your path laid out in a general sense. And of course, love is not the only thing that will keep you fulfilled in this life. Even when you find your Mr. Right, do not deceive yourself, because you still have a bunch of other things to do, but you are going to be able to build them better, faster, easier, more proper together with them, most likely. Before we finish off this reading, I'm gonna pull some notes for you with signs that might resonate with you, or signs that you're on the right path. Okay, can we get a couple more, Spirit? Get a couple more. Okay. I'm not sure if this resonates, but nah, we're gonna shuffle some more. I don't know why some of them are the wrong side up. Let's see, can we get a couple more, Spirit? A couple more signs for pile 2. What signs would be relevant for them? We have thunder, and I find it funny because the first pile had lightning, so you and pile 1 might want to have a chit chat. We have Lion! What did I tell you? Leo energy, and we have you. And this makes me think that 2 things. 1, you put yourself first before you find this person, and that it's all about you, as in from your side, it's all about them, that you're gonna dedicate yourself to them, and vice versa. And let's see, one more, Spirit. We have anchor. So grounding yourself is probably important, but I would also say you might be looking for your anchor. In one of my decks, the anchor is actually the Emperor, the masculine energy of the deck, and you might be the pillar, which is the feminine energy, the Empress in the deck. But yeah, I would say that you're probably looking for the lightning to your thunder and the pillar to your anchor, or the ship to your anchor, or whatever, to navigate this crazy sea called life. Okay. And I'm also gonna pull some songs for you that you might relate to. Can we get some songs? We have Sia with Unstoppable. Love that for you, babe. Okay, we have Rihanna, Only Girl, apparently. And I also saw Britney Spears, Outrageous and Circus, but I'm gonna pull one more for you because that was unofficial. They might relate to it too. Okay. Finally, we have Becky G with Todo Cambio, which I think this means that everything comes back, or like karma or something like that. Blah. I'm not good with Spanish, it's just what I can remember from googling the lyrics at some point. But yeah, pile 2, this is pretty much all I have for you guys today. I really hope this resonated, or that it was at least entertaining. And if you guys want more details, you can book a private reading with me. The link will be in the description, or you could grab yourself the Ghost Oracle if you want to do some divination yourselves. If you want to support me and if you want to show your gratitude for the work I'm doing, I would love it if you subscribe to the channel and if you liked this video, and let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Hi there, my beautiful pile 3 ghosts. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you guys have picked the 3rd card together with the selenite wand, then this is going to be your reading on your life path and purpose. And as you can see, we have a bunch of oracles to dig into. And we're gonna start with these and then pave our way into the tarot cards. So to start, we're gonna take a look at the main energies that you are represented by, and then we are going to also check some personality traits that are gonna be relevant to your life path. So to start, we have Kairos, and the other main energy is Pacha Karma. Oh, I'm not sure. Basically, this is nourishment of the soul. We also have Key with opportunity. And we have the Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. We have Moon in Leo with heroism, let your inner hero out. And we have Purity. We have Compassion. And we have Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. We have Weaver of the Web of Life with cooperation. And finally, we have a crystal that Spirit recommends you use to help you in your journey. And your crystal is malachite, cleanses trauma, intensity, and transformation. Pile 3. Where do I even begin? It seems like I want to start with this Kairos energy here. And I want to say it seems like there is something about you guiding yourself by time and timing and synchronicities. So it feels like you know what moves to make and what action to take and when to take it based on when you receive divine confirmation that it is the right thing and the right time to do something. And it's not necessarily that you know this, like, oh, I saw a grasshopper today, therefore I know that today is the time for me to do my laundry or whatever. It's like, it's more of an inner knowing, like a tingling feeling inside that doesn't go away, that you know that you should start that project or you should go take that trip or change your job or whatever it is. It feels like you have an intimate relationship with time, but more like, it feels like for you, when you're in the flow and when you know that it's time for you to take a certain action, it feels like time almost stops for you. And you live in like an atemporal space. For example, you get lost in what you do because you love it so much and you don't feel that time has passed so quickly. And this most specifically happens when you take care of yourself and you do what makes you feel good and what is healing for you. I feel like you have a lot of cleansing to do, a lot of I feel like you need to take a lot of time for yourself in this life, or at least at this point in your life, to replenish yourself. It might even be that your focus goes a little somehow inwards, for a while before it can go outwardly towards the world. It may feel like your life kind of works in stages. The first one being you taking care of yourself, and the second one you taking care of others. But I feel like the idea for you is that whatever makes you feel good, you should do more of that, because this is replenishing you, so you can then make others feel good and heal others. And with this compassion card here, and the mystic, this purplish indigo color is making me think of like the third eye and the crown chakra, which basically talks about your connection to the divine and your ability to see past the void, past the veil that separates the world, our world, from the timeless and spaceless energy of the beyond, so to speak. And I feel like you guys are connected to that and to like eternity. It feels almost like you are connected. You might feel connected to angels, and all this blue, white and blue energy is making me feel like you are possibly in touch with angelic beings, or that you have almost like an angelic aura around you that you want to help other people, and perhaps offer a hand to, specifically to those who cannot help themselves, those who are so low and in so much trouble and in so much need of help that literally need a hero. And I feel like this is when you come into play as the hero that others need in dire times. I feel like you at some point will realize when the time is right for you to find how this purpose plays out, because you might be a little confused as of right now. You might not exactly know what it is that you're meant to do. You might have this longing of helping others and this connection to like the divine and to the other realms and beings of other realms. You might have this connection, but you don't know how it plays out into the bigger picture of you helping others. And I feel like you will find it in this atemporal space, in this spaceless space. I don't know what to call it, but you will find it basically when you are taking time for yourself, when you are dedicating yourself to something you love so much that you are losing track of time, when you are basically like in this space of meditation, active or passive, so to speak. It could be by passive, I mean, for example, when you're drawing, if drawing is something you love doing, or when you're out jogging or something, when you're in the flow. I feel like Spirit is saying that you will know what you have to do when the time is right. Everything will fall into place. The planets will align in a way for you. That's what it will feel like when you'll know how to use this gift, how to be able to help others. But the most important thing that I'm getting from here is that Spirit is underlining, if you want to help others, you need to constantly take care of yourself and make sure you replenish yourself by doing the things that make you feel good, that make you feel like you are at peace, at home, that make you lose track of time. Because that is also when you are the closest to your angels, to your spirit guides, and when you can receive the guidance from them that is necessary for you. I feel like wolves or dogs might be representative somehow, important somehow for you guys. You might like feel like, for example, if you have pets, that your pets could be familiars. They could actually be kind of like spirit guides, incarnated, helping you, or like you could talk to them in times of need and you feel like they listen better than humans can, if that makes sense. I feel like also what is important for you on your journey is to trust your intuition, trust your feeling, and act when spirit is telling you to act, even though it might not make sense to you. So for example, if spirit is telling you tomorrow to take a different path to work than you normally do, even if it takes longer and you have to wake up earlier, you should do that, because there's something there that you need to see that will take you closer to what you need to do that day. Or for example, you might find someone on that different route to work that needs your help, and you're the only one who can offer help, the help that they need. For example, someone has issues with their car and you can stop by and help them jumpstart their car or something like that. But whatever it is, you're asked to trust the niggling feeling when you get it with this. Take a leap of faith. Spirit is asking you to fall back and just believe that when you get these signs, these synchronicities, they're coming from a higher place. You're not crazy. Also, with this weaver of the web of life, I feel like you play a really important role in the greater scheme of things. You might not necessarily see how you fit in it yet, but it might be through like these little things and these little opportunities that you get, that you finally find your place in the web of life. I feel like you're definitely working to help to come to the rescue for people, but it might be different for like a lot of you how this plays out. Spirit is basically just saying that you are here to help them when they feel absolutely desperate and like that nothing else, like only a miracle can save them, and you're gonna be guided towards like the doors that open so in order for you to be able to help them, and you are going to work together with spirit to achieve this. If you ignore the niggling feeling, if you ignore the calling to retreat and replenish yourself, you will not be as close to spirit. You will not know how these opportunities come up and when you should do an XYZ action. We're gonna get more details with the tarot, but before that I want to read this malachite card for you, because you might want to work with this crystal, and if you do, this is how it could be helpful. Malachite takes no prisoners, at least with your spiritual journey. A powerful conduit for energy, malachite cleanses your emotional body of trauma, whether from this life or a past life. A teacher of emotional responsibility, malachite asks that you take accountability for your feelings and helps you release patterns that no longer serve you. Look deep within the worlds and patterns of malachite to access other dimensions within yourself. Explore different timelines and hidden messages, bringing your subconscious to light. This could work really well with people who with Scorpio and Capricorn energy or Venus energy, but not only that. So now that we have this out of the way, we're gonna take a look at the tarot and see how all of this plays out. And for you guys, we are going to work with the White Newman Tarot. Kitsu! That's my cat. It was time for them to make an appearance, because they make an appearance in pretty much every reading. So this is the tarot deck that we're gonna work with for you, because I feel like this wolf energy is really potent and really important towards you, for you guys, and like this blue, white and blue combination. And it's interesting to me because I picked these tarot decks before actually picking your oracle cards, so this one was definitely fated for you. Lone wolf might be something you relate with. You might feel like you are in your skin, or like you're true to yourself the most when you're alone, when you're like in a space of tranquility, like peace and quiet. And I feel like that cooperation card doesn't necessarily talk about you cooperating with people towards your greater purpose, but more like cooperating with spirit and with the divine. And I know it's so far, it sounds kind of banal, but Spirit is telling me to tell you, if it feels kind of purposeless, or I don't know what's the right word, but if it feels kind of not so grand, no, not as grand as you wanted it to be, helping others can happen in a million different ways, and especially when they are in dire need of help, you are literally a hero for them. So even if it happens in like mundane circumstances and you just happen to be there at the right place at the right time, it is not by coincidence. It is you conspiring, working with the universe to make that happen. And you basically are being told that you have to take care of you, do the things that make you happy, so that you can help others in times of great need, and so that you can have the right mental space to receive downloads from Spirit, to know when to be of help to others. But let's see, Spirit, can we get more details on pile 3's life path, please? We have the Chariot. We have the World, and also the Page of Cups. We have the Hierophant and the Six of Swords. And the clarifiers are the Empress, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Cups, and finally the Ten of Wands reversed. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Wands reversed as well. And let me make sure you guys can see everything. Okay, so pile 3, the general energy for your life path being the Seven of Wands reversed. I want to say it feels like you are on an inner journey of an inner battle, so to speak. It's like you keep attacking and defending yourself from yourself. It also feels like you might feel powerless, like you couldn't possibly, like you can't show people that you are good enough, that you can be successful, that you are successful. It's almost this idea that you know you're doing your best and you feel good doing what you're doing, but you feel like other people keep telling you that you're not doing enough, or that you could do more, or that you are having it too easy, or something like that, and you keep having to defend yourself, but you feel like you can't properly do it because you don't necessarily live your life the way other people do. So getting into the cards, With the Chariot here, another number 7, it feels to me like you are constantly, again, engaged in some sort of battle. And most of the time I feel like you are being successful. And I feel like you kind of work by the kill them with kindness motto. And that this basically allows you to not take other people's commentaries and comments to heart about how you're supposedly not doing what you should be doing, because I feel like you feel in your heart that your path is the correct path that you are on right now, and that not much should change. I feel like you in your heart feel victorious, and I feel like you definitely feel prosperous, and you feel good in your body. You feel good with yourself. You feel good with your surroundings. You're like, okay, whatever. You're talking shit about me, and I feel like sometimes these people manage to get to you, but you go back to your sacred inner sanctum space and you do the things that make you feel good, whatever that is, whether it is like I said, drawing or painting or singing or gardening or whatever it is. You're like, whatever, man. When you go back, you do that, then you come back refreshed, and it's like, who said what about me? Like, I don't give a damn. The world here again kind of gives me this feeling of completion for you. Like every day you feel like you've fulfilled your purpose. And with this 2 of Pentacles here, it feels like what you guys are doing kind of feels like playful to you, like it's a challenge, but you're taking it as a game. And so the task that you have to do on the daily, the balance of things you need to do every single day, the fact that you managed to accomplish all those daily tasks is a victory for you, and you feel like you're living your purpose, and there's literally nothing else that you should be worrying about. With this Page of Cups here clarified by the Knight of Pentacles reversed, it feels like you have this innocence about yourself, and it feels like your emotions don't hit that deep, I would say. Like you are not necessarily deeply hurt by this innocence that you have. The way you regard life and the way you feel doesn't allow for the negativity of others to seep in and to tell you that you should be more practical, that you're not doing enough in a practical sense, in a material sense. And you basically just look the other way when you hear people talk like this. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. With the Hierophant here, I feel like you in your path could at some point encounter a teacher or a mentor that is gonna help you develop yourself and understand yourself better, or you in turn could actually become a mentor to other people. I also feel like perhaps this this mentor or this experience that you might have is going to help you evolve emotionally, and this could be anything from you literally going to to see a therapist. Like, you don't have to have any issues to go see a therapist. You could just go to learn more about yourself. And I feel like whether it's a therapist or you're learning it from books or from the internet or whatever else, doing this exploration and this learning is going to allow you to evolve, to mature even more emotionally. So you're gonna have more like, you're gonna be more emotionally intelligent and tuned to yourself and to the outside world. There's also something here in your path that is talking about you moving on from things that make you feel heavy and make you feel burdened. I feel like you definitely need to protect yourself from such energies, and I'm mostly feeling energies here with this Ten of Wands reversed, because a lot of people might try to drag you down and to suffocate this light energy of yours, but you need to move on from those people, even though it might be hard, because at all costs you need to protect yourself and put yourself first. Yeah, it seems like some people definitely will try to drag you down, or there might even be a sense of betrayal, but you must never betray yourself. You must never betray what is true to you, and just continue doing whatever it is that makes you feel good. Not every like life we live is gonna be like super deep and intricate, and if you feel good right now doing your thing, even if it doesn't make sense to others, not everything has to be heavy. Like, you're so light and precious, and you're just doing your thing, you're just vibing, like that's perfect. That's just good for you. Like, I wish I had this kind of lightness in my life. Pile 3, this is pretty much all I'm getting for you. I just shuffled the deck. Back of the deck is the Fool. You definitely have this like full energy, in a sense of everything is exciting. You are seeing the beauty in all the light touches, and you're running wild with the wolves, and you're just doing your own thing, and you're not bothered by what anyone else is saying. You're running away from the strict bounds of society, and you're retreating into your own world of peace and tranquility, and just doing your thing and vibing, and you're helping others with the energy that you have to spare. You're literally a hero for a lot of people, even though you might never see that person ever again in your life. Yeah, pile 3, good for you. That's all I want to say. Don't mind what other people have to say or judge about you, because no one else is gonna live your life but you. So let's see some signs from Spirit that might be relatable for you. We have Hand, and this is basically making me think of offering a helpful hand, or like manual work, or like DIYs, or gardening, just doing stuff with your hands. And I love how the world here is, she's basically holding on to these roses or whatever flowers, and I feel like gardening could be important for a lot of you. There's also some greenery here. There's some greenery in the Hierophant's crown, so flowers and gardening could be important for you guys, like I said. Okay, we have Plan. Okay, blah. Can we have one at a time, Spirit, please? I feel like with this Plan card, you should follow your own plan and not let people interfere with what you have structured for yourself. We also have Shell, and I saw oysters earlier, so you could be living by the sea. And we also have Late Night Drive, so this could be something you enjoy. This could be the thing that connects you to the divine, that allows you to have the peace and receive answers from Spirit. But yeah, that is pretty much all that I'm getting here. I'm gonna also get you some songs that might resonate with you. So let's see. Let's see. I also heard in my head, but this might be like all the ocean vibes. I heard the song Cake by the Ocean and also Lana Del Rey High by the Beach. So yeah, those might resonate for some of you. Can we get one at a time, please, Spirit? Okay, this one wants to come out. We have Jason Derulo, Stupid Love. Okay. So some of you might be like hopeless romantics, or this Knight of Cups could also be like a love offer from either you offering someone love or someone else offering love to you. We also have Becky G Malasanta. I'm most likely not saying this the right way, but I think the lyrics of this song basically mean I'm no saint, but I'm no devil either. So like, you are not pretending to be either of those. It's like you're not fitting into society's black and white, but you don't have to. And with Jason Derulo with Stupid Love here, I feel like you guys might fall in love pretty deeply with someone at some point, and they're gonna be part of your journey. We also have Lana Del Rey, Summertime Sadness. Okay, so summer vibes, a lot of summer vibes here. Definitely with the Empress again, summery vibes. So you guys might live somewhere where it's like constantly sunny, or somewhere by the beach, or yeah, just have that scenery close to you. But pile 3, that is pretty much all I'm getting for you. If you guys want more details, you could always book a private reading with me. The link will be in the description. And you could always check out my oracle deck if you want to do some divination yourselves. It's also going to be in the description. But other than that, if you want to support me, I would be so grateful if you subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, and even comment down below, let me know how this resonates for you. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hi there, my beautiful pile 4 ghosts. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So if you guys picked this 4th card and this selenite moon, then this is going to be your reading about your life path and purpose. So to explain a little bit about how this is going to work, we're going to take a look at a bunch of oracles here, checking your main energies and some personality traits that are going to be important for your life journey. And we're also then gonna dig into the tarot to see how all these traits of you play together to unravel your life path. So to start, one of your main energies is the King, and the other one is Grace of She Who Rides the Owl. We also have Recycle with Recover. We have Healer, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. And I love how these are so similar in color. We have Moon in Taurus, self-esteem, personal growth. And we have Transformation. We have Lighten Your Load. And we have another Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. We have Inner High Priestess, Divine Service. And we have Kyanite with Truth, Communication, and Clarity. And this is a crystal that Spirit recommends you work with on your journey. I'm gonna turn the music down for a second. Okay. my beautiful pile 4. I'm gonna start with your main energies. And I want to talk about this King card here. In your journey, it might be a key point for you to have such a thing as ego death, to realize that you are no longer thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about the greater good. Or you might have a moment when you break the vice of selfishness and you realize that you want to be compassionate. But the King also stands for death and rebirth, so that you can connect to the divine and serve this higher purpose and serve your kingdom as best as possible. The King archetype is also often associated with ego and power, and using said power for selfish purposes only to serve oneself. But in reality, the purpose of the King gift is to serve its people and its kingdom. So from time to time, it is necessary for the King to die or to be replaced, exactly as to avoid this sense of power and selfishness to set in, and for the King to sabotage his purpose and to corrupt his purpose. You are someone who is in touch with the divine, but perhaps on your path, in order to get in touch with the divine, like I said, you have to go through a series of transformation, and this butterfly is kind of confirming that, of ego death and rebirth. And this is a number 11 here, so angel numbers could be significant for you. 11 reminding me of manifesting and restarting, and also, like, it seems like you are not losing yourself, like in these transformations and in this rebirth, you are not completely losing yourself. You still have the same you still have the same DNA, I want to say. So your core is unchanged. It is only the exterior that is being shed, and you're not losing like the most important, the core parts of yourself, the main essence. So that never is actually killed in the process. What you are doing by transforming yourself so many times along your journey is basically taking yourself closer to who you really are, and you're not actually losing anything in the process. But I think the idea here is that you should stay true to your course, not corrupting yourself in the process because of what the world has done to you or is doing to you, and not allowing doubt and these negative feelings to seep in from outside. You always know who you are, and you stay true to who you are, and you stay in touch with the divine to ensure that that doesn't change. Whew, okay, that was a mouthful, and I'm looking for the remote because I have a background here that I'm trying to preserve for light conditions. And okay, next I want to actually read from the guidebook about this Grace of Who. She rides the owl card, because I feel like the book is gonna say it 10 times better than I could, so we're gonna do that. So, I am the goddess of spiritual awakening, wealth, and balance. I come to correct adharma, that which is dark, unnatural, and against nature, life, love, and goodness. I redress the misuse of wealth and power. I awaken the heart to the vision of light and truth that was once hidden. Trust in the innocence of your soul and fear not, for I am ever watchful, and my grace brings truth. Divine justice is always brought to bear with compassion. And in a reading, don't waste your valuable time and energy worrying about people getting away with things. So I would say, yeah, in case like corrupt people have come in and done you dirty, or the world in any ways have at some point made you feel bitter, don't allow that to get to your core. They're gonna get what they need to get from life, from karma, and you don't need to do anything about that, because that will only corrupt yourself, your purpose, and will take you further away from who you really are. On a cosmic level, there is only justice. That is not always visible at the human level, and yet that doesn't preclude divine order unfolding. Everything is balanced by karma in the long run. If you feel down or depressed, take immediate action to reconnect to joy, healing energy, and vitality of spirit. So this is basically your true self, whom you have to stay true to. So don't corrupt yourself going for like lower vibrations and lower energies like revenge or sadness, or of course feel those when they arise, but do not actually let them take control of you, is the main idea. All things are measured and metered by clear divine vision, and your job is to put your faith in the work of the divine whilst you tend to your own journey with trust and commitment. Okay. And I also want to read this part to you. So this goddess is the cosmic owl upon which the Indian goddess of enlightenment and prosperity Lakshmi rides. It is an unlikely pairing, given the owl is a creature of night who sleeps during the day, and Lakshmi is associated with light. The unexpectedness of the association holds deep meaning. Out of that which appears to be devoid of light, light shall arise. That which appears to be hidden in darkness shall be perceived and blessed and transformed. Even if all seems lost, or if something doesn't seem right, divine knowledge is absolute and complete and trustworthy. From the perspective of those with awakened hearts, the world can sometimes appear to be a disturbing and frightening place, where negative actively leads to prosperity, whilst good and worthy people struggle and suffer. It may appear that those who have wisdom are barely heard, while angry people with fear in their hearts are afforded attention and power. It may seem that what matters most is tended to the least, and constructive causes struggle to maintain existence, while destructive purposes can gain mass support. It is very easy with such a view of things for the pure of heart to become angry, bitter, and despairing. However, you are meant to be a light in this world, and it is important that you allow a higher spiritual intelligence to support you in this task. Safeguarding your state of mind is essential for you to accomplish your life purpose. If you get caught up in negative thinking, as may happen from time to time, allow your heart wisdom to guide you back to the truth of your inner light. Remember that the divine is more powerful than any nightmare created by human darkness. You don't have to deny the dark side of human nature or its manifest consequences for the health of the planet, but you do need to keep yourself secure within the light so that you can effectively fulfill your destiny. Joy, happiness, and peace will not diminish your motivation to serve love. Rather, they will ensure you have enough energy to do so effectively. So, you definitely have to bear through some experiences that are gonna make you ask yourself, why do I have to be the bigger person, and why can't I just scoop low just as the people who have hurt me so I can hurt them back? Well, because that will not keep your happiness, and that will not keep your inner light activated, and you will just drag yourself lower and scoop to their level, which is what they wanted in the first place, because otherwise these hurt people would not have hurt you. So it's very important that you keep true to yourself and to your purpose, which is holding on to the light and holding on to and perpetuating and teaching that the divine has its way of aligning things and knows better than we do. It's also really important for you in this life, basically, to help heal other people, because this is also reminding me of like Chiron energy, and Chiron is basically this minor planet in astrology that deals with your biggest wound in this life, and how from your biggest wound you can create your biggest skill of healing others, of helping others. So for example, if you've been betrayed, you are going to be able to teach others how to love so much that betrayal, that they never want to betray ever in their life, and they will only continue to teach love themselves. But basically, I feel like from all the messed up experiences that might happen to you, you are meant to only recover and recycle the lesson, and the basically things that can be reused and things that can be put to good use, which are basically allowing you to heal and to teach others how to heal themselves as well. There's a lot of green and blue energy here, so your heart and your throat chakra are probably the ones that you're going to resonate with the most, which basically are talking about love and feelings, and also communication and expression. So you are going to be a teacher of love and a teacher of healing in this life, is what I'm being told. Also, the healer card here also mentions ability to help transform pain into healing. So very much so, I feel like that is completely true to what your journey will be about. I feel like you are going to have a lot to do on this path about your inner work and loving yourself, transforming yourself, growing yourself, and realizing what you are worth and not accepting anything less. And by that, you will also not allow yourself to become like the people who have hurt you, as much as that could be tempting. You're also encouraged on your journey to not hold on to the hurt of the past, to never hold on to the things that have hurt you. Don't carry them together with you. Don't let them define you. Don't let them become a story that you keep telling yourself to justify the bad attributes you might have acquired. Just hold on to the light and hold on to the lessons, and only stay true to your actual values of love, loyalty, trust, and so on and so forth. There's definitely a higher role for you in this life. You might actually, the way in which you happen to fulfill your purpose is not necessarily something to be revealed in this reading, because you could be anything. You could fulfill your purpose in a million different ways. You could be a therapist, or you could have a fucking YouTube channel teaching about these things, or you could only teach your friends about these things. Like, this is your purpose, and it could be just as important, no matter how many people hear about it and no matter how you choose to express it, as long as you fulfill it. With this inner high priestess and divine service, I definitely feel like you have this divine, almost sacred energy about yourself. Even the titles like king and priestess have this like idea of honor and like a personal code of morals and values that should not be broken no matter what. So this is something intrinsic to you. I don't even feel like you will have necessarily an issue, because it feels like going after people who have hurt you would be a betrayal of self, and that you wouldn't do that, and you will make sure that no matter how much you hurt, you will never do that, and you will continue to teach this code of value and of moral to other people as well, in basically in indirect connection to divine teachings. But to finish off with the oracles, we are going to read how kyanite, this crystal that you have received from Spirit, could be helpful to you on your journey. So this is a blue crystal that is going to help your throat chakra, basically help you speak your truth, communication, and clarity. And this works really well with people with Aries, Taurus, and Libra placements, and if you relate to the energy of Jupiter and Neptune. You could have Taurus placements, Libra placements, or obviously Aries placements, Taurus being the most prevalent one, but not necessarily just that. So we have speak your truth. Kyanite cuts through confusion, fears, and negativity and connects you to your most authentic self, soothing the soul. Kyanite sharpens your leadership skills and enhances communication skills, giving you the boost you need when addressing groups. Kyanite opens pathways and acts as a bridge from person to person or even between dimensions, delivering telepathic messages. Kyanite is especially great for opening your throat chakra, bringing clarity and focus when you need it. So definitely a helpful crystal for you to work with. But let's get into the tarot and see how all of this could apply on your life path. And for you guys, I have picked the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. It's one of my favorites. So Spirit, let's see. Whoop, stay. What can you tell us about Pile 4's life path? I hope I haven't called you like other Pile, like I hope I haven't called you Pile 3 or something. You're Pile 4, I'm sorry. It's pretty late, you're my last Pile. I might be a little less focused on stuff like this and more focused on the actual channeling. Let's give this one more shuffle. And let's see. Spirit, what else can you tell us about Pile 4's journey? Can you help unravel the mystery of their path, of their life path? We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Prince of Cups. I think that's the Knight of Cups reversed. And we have the Nine of Wands. And clarifying these, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Six of Pentacles reversed. So the overall energy that I'm getting from you guys is what you give is not necessarily what you always get on an earthly plane from other people. So don't expect other people to give you as much as you give them, because one, you might have more than they do, so they won't be actually capable of offering the same amount in return, or at least not in the same way. They could be giving you the energetic equivalent of that back. And sometimes it's simply that they won't, because they don't want to. They won't reciprocate because they don't want to. So just because other people don't have the morals that you do, in the sense of justice needs to prevail and equity and equality need to prevail, it doesn't mean that you should corrupt yourself. You should still stay true to your values at your core, and allow other people to do whatever they want to do without judgment, because their journey is just as intricate as yours, if not even more so. With this Ten of Pentacles, initially at the start of your reading, I got the feeling that you guys almost will want to deny yourselves the pleasures of this life, or you want to deny yourself the material gains that life might present to you pretty easily, and that you might want to work for it yourselves. For example, you might deny a certain inheritance, but that's not for all of you. This could also be a loss of a certain amount of money or goods, or a loss of inheritance that doesn't necessarily like have to do with anything you do, or like you don't influence it actively. But I feel like no matter what, you will build this for yourself. You will build your own kingdom. You will build your own legacy, your own safety, your own stability, and your own castle. And you will rule with compassion. You will rule with compassion and nurturance, and you will basically mind your business, so to speak, and try to help others when they come to you in need. With this Page of Cups clarified by the Ace of Swords, I would say that initially you might be a little naive in your journey, assuming that people will be just as good to you as you are to them, and that everyone will have a good heart. And this purity is not something to be ashamed of. However, I feel like Spirit will show you along your journey that truth is served through a sword, so a double-edged sword. So truth is basically a double-edged sword, and while everyone can be compassionate, not everyone chooses to be so. And I feel like you will be triggered at some point in your life, because you will encounter people who will be mean to you, who will try to belittle you and to attack you for no reason, people who will betray you, who will say mean things to you or behind your back, and who will want to win the argument at the cost of losing you, your friendship, or your love, or your attention and affection. And I feel like at that point you might want to turn bitter, and you might want to turn away from people and stop helping people and stop caring about what other people think of you. And you might even have menacing intentions, and you will have all these pent up negative emotions towards others, and perhaps play vindictive or play like the victim. And I feel like this will get pretty heavy if you continue, and Spirit is encouraging you to keep a light heart and a light attitude, and turn back towards this Page of Cups energy that you had, the innocence and the love that you were holding on to, because it is not wrong. You just should be careful not to give it to just about anyone, and not to be in the wrong assumption that everyone has a pure heart like you do. With this Knight of Torches here, like I said, I feel like at some point you will realize that you have to let go of all this hurt and the pain of the stories that you keep telling yourself, that people have been mean to you, that people have been have betrayed you, and just return to the lightness of your heart and appreciate what you have, appreciate what you have built, and be happy in your own space, and continue to help people when they come to you, while being discerning about who you let close to you and who you let close to your heart. So this will be a major life lesson for you guys. It feels like it is hard for you to grasp the idea that people can be a menace, that people can be so mean, that not everyone sees the world the way you do. And it's almost hard for you to feel like you are a part of this world, because you think so much differently, and it feels like you almost feel like outcast, and you're wondering if you should turn bitter just like the rest of the world? And the answer is no. The answer is definitely no. Okay, we have the Knight here. I want to get some extra cards for you. Can we clarify that, Spirit, please? Clarified by the Hierophant reverse. So this is a lesson that you guys need to learn. That as light as you might be, there is also the night part of the equation when it comes to life. And not everything can be light, because life wouldn't make sense without darkness, right? So you need to accept and integrate that that part of life exists too, and not judge it, and not necessarily accept it as your own, but accept the fact that it exists. And you can't heal everyone, I guess. You should be trying to teach people, only the people that come to you, your values, and how love eventually prevails, and how you should stay true to yourself and to your values. But you should teach that to yourself first, okay? So you're gonna first be your own teacher, and then other people's teacher. What else can you tell us, Spirit? One more thing. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. So it seems like in your journey, you will finally encounter the person that will put in just about as much energy as you are, and will feel pretty much like just like you do, and the person that is going to basically reflect your qualities, and that you're going to possibly develop a fulfilling love story with. So as long as you stay true to yourself, you have you only have to gain. You don't have anything to lose, basically. But let's get some signs and some songs from the universe to see what you resonate with. So can we get some signs for our pile 4, Spirit, that they might resonate with along their journey? We have the letter A. Could be significant for a person that means a lot to you. For example, like an initial. What else, Spirit? We have hot and cold. So this duality of dichotomy of good and evil could be significant for you guys. Or you might have like a hot and cold behavior, I guess, at first, towards trying to establish yourself either on the hot or on the cold side of life, so to speak. We also have closet. So you might want to come out of the closet. I also heard Narnia. For some of you, that might be significant. And we also have the evil eye. So definitely protect yourself. Definitely protect yourself, because your energy being so pure and so light can attract unwanted attention, and you might want to be careful about that. But we're also gonna pull some songs now. Let's see what songs would pile 4 resonate with, or that are gonna be significant along their journey. We have Fergie, Big Girls Don't Cry. We have Rihanna and Eminem, Love the Way You Lie. We have Adam Lambert, Chokehold. And I want to say it could be a romantic interest that triggers this transformation for you guys. That triggers this change of beliefs, or questioning if you are, if you should stay true to your values, or if you should turn into the villain. It's like that quote, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I feel like you should definitely stay on the hero side. but yeah, you are free to make your own choices. But pile 4, this is pretty much all I have for you. I feel like we were gonna get, you know, in a spiral if I kept going, so I'm just gonna leave things here as they are. I hope this resonated. Do let me know in the comments below if it did, and if you want to support me and the work that I'm doing, it is the easiest way to support me if you subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. And if you want more detailed information, because this is a general reading, so obviously the message is going to be broad, but if you want something more personalized, you can book a private reading with me. The link will be in the description. And while you're there, you can also check out my oracle, the Ghost Oracle. It's also going to be linked in the description. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for letting me read your cards, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye!